This is Marcy Anderson with the Fishing Report for Southeast Kentucky. Water temperatures are running in the upper 60s and low 70s on area lakes and reservoirs. Recent heavy rains have the upper portions of the lakes muddy. On Lake Cumberland, the lake is currently 5 feet over normal summer pool. There is some floating debris on the water, so be cautious when running on the lake. Anglers have been having some success with black bass species. Largemouth bass and spotted bass are being picked up around bushes and cover using plastic worms and brush hogs. Smallmouth bass are being picked up in the main lake pockets, and the night bite is on for striped bass. Anglers are also having success picking up walleye right now using bottom bouncers rigged with night crawlers. Try targeting steep banked areas on the main lake near the mouth of major tributaries. On Laurel River Lake, the lake is running a little high for this time of the year. Water in the 312 area of the lake has a lot of color to it, and there's also a lot of floating debris. The area around the dam has been tremendously clear this spring, so it would be a good time to scout the area and mark some valuable fish habitat. The bass bite has been good in the early morning or late evening hours, so target areas with cover using soft plastics and jigs for your best chance at catching one. The first weekend in June is fast approaching, which means free fishing days will soon be here. June 6th and 7th, 2020 are free fishing days in Kentucky, which means you don't need to have a license or trout stamp to fish, but size and creel limits will still apply. It's a great opportunity to take someone out fishing and get them hooked for a lifetime. So good luck and good fishing.
This is Jeremy Shiflett with a fishing update from the Northwest District. Both Rough and Nolin River Lakes are right at summer pool and holding fairly stable. At Nolin, the water is fairly clear and in the low to mid 70s. Bass fishing has been pretty good. Quality fish are still holding shallow and taking a variety of baits. Try topwater baits early and late in the day, and spinner baits, jigs, plastics, and crankbaits fished 5 to 10 feet deep throughout the rest of the day. Chartreuse, white, green pumpkin, and melon with red flecks have been productive colors. A few crappie are still shallow, while others have moved to 8 to 15 feet deep on brush. Tube jigs, small plastic grubs, and minnows have been picking up fish. The bluegill are biting well. Check main lake pockets, the backs of coves, or backs of the feeder creeks. According to Terry Watts, a black 1/16 ounce Popeye jig with a mealworm fished under a float is hard to beat for summer bluegill. At Rough, bass fishing has been pretty decent, using spinnerbaits and plastic worms, either Texas rigged or on a shaky head, on main lake points and rock banks, fished in about 5 to 10 feet of water. Green pumpkin and Junebug have been good flavors of late. Hybrid striped bass are being caught trolling or casting main lake points and around the creek mouths. Try small white swim baits, curly tail grubs, or shallow to medium running crankbaits. The fish have been hanging 3 to 6 feet deep as of late. Keep an eye out for the jumps as the summer progresses. Catfish have been biting below the dam in the tailwater. Try night crawlers or chicken livers, and you might pick up a few hybrids early or late in the day as well. Again, the bluegill are spawning in the backs of the coves, upper ends of the creeks, and shallow main lake pockets. At Lake Malone, lots of bass 12 inches and under are being caught shallow, just off the edges of the water willow. Bigger fish are a bit deeper or offshore chasing shad. Bluegill are biting well in the backs of the coves and the upper ends of the lake. Catfish, bluegill, and red ear are biting well at all of our smaller state lakes like Carpenter, Malzay, the Kingfishers, and Washburn. Target overhanging trees in small pockets or indentions in the bank in 1 to 3 feet of water. Night crawlers, mealworms, redworms, and crickets are valuable commodities this time of year. Bass are holding about 3 to 6 feet deep in our smaller lakes, and the water temps are in the mid to upper 70s. At Carpenter Lake, a second-year class of saugeye have been stocked. Last year's fish are now between 10 and 12 inches, so if you catch an unfamiliar brown fish, beware, there are lots of sharp teeth in its mouth, so don't be sticking your thumb in there. Catfish were stocked last week in the Davis County Fens Lakes, while Madisonville City Park and Bevel Park will be stocked by the end of this week. Good luck and be safe.